Chapter 33, 5 minutes, and I can put you down. Su Cheng had the money, but he didn't have the time to initiate the transaction, so he needed Shen Yao to do him this favor. He still needed to stay here and help find the little girl's father. After looking for a long time, Su Cheng finally had no choice but to use his weird ability. He stood on the stairs, overlooking the entire hall. Then, closing his eyes and calming his heart, he started feeling the environment with just his hearing. A wave of loud noises suddenly entered his ears, being amplified many times and coming in from all directions. In the area where his eyes swept past, his ears could hear everything, as if he was eavesdropping on all the conversations in that direction. Combining this new ability with the detection abilities that he had trained when he was in the army, his vision and hearing focused like a pair of binoculars at the farthest corner. Manager. When he heard that title, Su Cheng immediately locked onto the source of the sound as well as the man in a white vest smoking a cigarette and sitting in the corner, making tea. He asked the people around him, any dangerous people or pro-gamblers tonight? None at the moment. The manager nodded. Be aware, especially foreigners. If they happen to be a gunslinger coming here to cause trouble in our establishment, just follow the old rules. Leave a hand here and throw the rest away to feed the fish in the river. The man nodded. Then what about the debtors detained in the warehouse? Get them to find a way to get money, and if they say they can't, just beat them. The man said with a bit of concern, Manager, there's a guy that's quite difficult to deal with. Manager, who? Yang Kongxia, this guy lost the money he came here with, and then he said something about losing life-saving money, and asked us to return him 50,000. He gambled again and lost, and then borrowed 100,000 yuan through usury, and then lost again. Then, the guy basically became a bit crazy and asked us to return him his money. This retard, if we let them win in the end, then how's the casino going to make money and operate? The retard even went to those high-level tables to gamble, which are operated by the best dealers of our casino. It's only natural for him to lose. We don't need to bother with people like him. Just beat him up and throw him out. Su Cheng immediately turned around, and after passing by a navigation map of the entire building, he glanced at the warehouse's location and directly went there. There were 2 security guards standing outside of the warehouse, and when Su Cheng walked over, the 2 were very surprised to see a stranger. They immediately shouted, "What are you doing here? This is a restricted area that only employees can enter." Su Cheng smiled and handed cigarettes to the 2. Bro, where is the nearest bathroom here? I really need to take a leak. A person came over, placed the cigarette behind his ears, and pointed in another location. Just go straight in the opposite direction. Right after he finished speaking, Su Cheng directly raised a palm and struck the back of his neck. The other security guard immediately raised his electric baton but was sent flying into the wall by Su Cheng's swift kick, painfully falling down to the floor. Su Cheng looked around the 2's pockets for the keys, opened the door of the warehouse, and shouted towards the inside, "Yang Kongxia." Not long after, a middle-aged man with a beard and a pair of dispirited eyes came out from a dark corner. There were dust and wounds on his face and body, so he was probably beaten already. "I'm coming to take you out." "No." Yang Kongxia shook his head and was a bit resistant. "I'm not going. I lost all my money, I'm not going. I don't have the face to see my wife and children anymore." Su Cheng replied, "Then you won't see your wife for the last time? You won't regret it. I don't have the obligation to take care of your business, but I pity your daughter. I hope you can give your child some positive energy, at least give her more courage to face the things happening in life." Escaping is not going to solve any problems, let me go. I will take you out of here. Yang Kongxia was at the point of crying after hearing Su Cheng's words, and he immediately kept up with Su Cheng's pace. When Su Cheng was about to cross the hall with him, seeing the appearance of Yang Kongxia, 20 or so bodyguards surrounded him. The manager also came over, he frowning when he saw Su Cheng. Who are you? You can't take this person away. You have no right to limit people's freedom. No matter what mistakes he made here, it is illegal for you to detain him without his consent, Su Cheng replied. The manager sneered, what's your relationship with him? If there's none, then mind your own business. You know where you are at, right? Su Cheng directly took out his badge and said, I'm taking this guy tonight. Your casino has also detained other people inside this warehouse, but I won't pursue that for the time being. Are you letting us go or not? And what if we don't? Just at that moment, by the winding staircase, a casino shareholder wearing a tunic shirt with a cigar in his mouth and jewels on his wrist appeared and snorted, Can I see your ID? The manager handed Su Cheng's ID over. The shareholder couldn't contain his contempt and disdain when he saw Su Cheng's ID, and he directly threw it to the ground, raising his eyebrows. Young man, do you know what you are doing right now is breaking the rules? Yang Kongxia's face became even paler when he saw this middle-aged man, and he anxiously begged for mercy, Master Qin, please let me go, I know I was in the wrong and I shouldn't cause trouble in the casino. My mind wasn't clear at the moment, and it was completely my fault. Master Qin smiled and looked at Su Cheng. You see? Even he admitted that he was wrong. Since he's wrong, then he should accept the rules of the casino. Su Cheng broke away from the two security guards that were keeping him in place, slowly walked over, and picked up his ID, saying, What rules are above the laws of the country? When he looked up, his eyes full of murderous intent met Master Qin's eyes. However, Master Qin had seen many people that were young and blood-boiled, so he only smiled at Su Cheng's eyes, not really giving a crap as he sneered, Little officer, depending on the level of power given to someone, you can enforce the law on the corresponding level of people. You are still unqualified to talk to me. But, I don't want to affect my relationship with the police department, so just get lost, but you can't take this person with you. Su Cheng replied, and what if I have to take him away? The manager interjected with a sneer of disdain, do you know who you are talking to? You were probably still in your mommy's womb when Master Qin entered society. Just with the ID in my hand alone, I can. Su Cheng said, your practices are already going against the law. Master Qin took a huff of his cigar and nodded, if you have an accident tonight, you can only blame the fact that you are wearing casual clothes instead of your uniform. Then, with a wave of his hand, 20 security guards completely surrounded Su Cheng. Su Cheng placed his ID into his bag and calmly said, I already offended North Gate, so I don't mind checking out what you West Gate people are capable of. Master Qin, you are overestimating yourself. If you can last 5 minutes, I can let you take him away. Su Cheng looked at Master Qin and said, give me 5 minutes, and I will put you down. Idiot! A security guard laughed and ran towards Su Cheng with his fists waving. Before the fist could land, Su Cheng already sent a slap over, its speed at least twice as fast as the fist. The impact distorted the face of the guy that was just talking, with saliva accompanied by blood and 2 teeth flying out of his mouth.